Welcome to Boise, Idaho. Set alongside the Greenbelt and the relaxing Boise River, this afternoon fired up to bring you the iconic blue turf and the Boise State Broncos as they open another season. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Handoff from the gun. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Fires to the tight end. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Back to pass, it's Mendez. He lobs one high down the left side. Fires a bullet, now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. At the 20. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It's just part of playing the position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? It's probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Grabbed behind the line. It's Pryor. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line.
Well, they tried to go quarterback sneak, and I know to a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted, like it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you've got to come up and do it. But the defense there, David, they bowed up and stopped them.
Did a great job. Listen, everybody knows what's coming. You know it's a quarterback sneak. It's still hard as heck to stop, but nice job by the defensive lineman. Get off the football. Don't allow them to go back. Don't push you backwards at all. And then what do you see with linebackers? A lot of times they're coming flying in there, making the stop. A nice stop by this defense, expecting the quarterback sneak.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1 yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame. They're on the board first here in the season opener. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1 yard plunge. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Boise State ready to send out that offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Tosses it incomplete.
It's now 3rd down.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. To the air. It's Mendez. He looks that one in nicely. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Here come the Irish back on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll let it fly. Gets it out quickly. At the 45, on his way. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Here come the Irish again, this time doing it through the air.
And getting a little balance, right? We talked about how they like to be physical and they like to run the football. But when you get that balance going, man, it makes it easy to call plays, start to settle in, everything looking good on offense.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Hand off from the shotgun. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quarterback now breaking the field. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
Bad news for the defense. They gave up a first down on a scramble. Good news, though, they got a lick on that quarterback. That is a dream shot for anybody on defense. So, yeah, you might have made a good play individually. Good job, bud. Attaboy. You might get a helmet sticker for that, but you're also going to be in the ice bath after the game.
Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. And here comes the offense on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Looking to the big tight end. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And he added the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 15, set to kick off.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
Will take over. First and 10.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And it's a fumble on the play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Short fields make successful offenses, just what they want here. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Notre Dame 14, Boise State 0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
That is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They put it on the ground last time they had it. Got to take care of it this time, David.
And I think you got to put in context. A lot of times fumbles are just luck. You just got to move on, give him the football again, Jesse, and not worry.
I think that's a good point there, David. Get him the ball again to help him play the next play and know that he's okay. Because when that guy's playing well, this offense is on fire.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
They knock him down right there.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Looking to pass. It's Mendez. Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
And had they not picked up that 1st down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on 4th down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Now adjusting. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Trying to take it back. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The give from the gun. Sweet cut there. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Got him downfield. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, and I'm glad you used a reference in the last 30 years, Reese. You know, just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years, was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those golden takes, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing.
Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
throws to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, the quarterback's got to do a better job with the clock going off of his head, guys. I mean, he had all day to throw that. He could have worked through his progressions twice. But because he held it too long, he got hit, and that forced the incompletion.
From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right. Fires the pass. Intercepted. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
Third and long is difficult. You have to push the ball down the field. Nothing worse than watching people dink and dunk on third and long and get tackled and run the punt unit on. I like the aggressiveness. Try to push the ball down the field. It's not the worst thing in the world. You throw an INT. It's kind of like a punt.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
From just inside their own 20, it's 2nd and 9 from the 19. Wants to throw. It's Mendez. He's got it. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I know everyone's yelling like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
On the move, it's Clements. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Boy, they had that last drive proving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Finds the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Got enough space. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
Trying to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Irish. Up and over, Yamo be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it. A lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Boise State ready to send out that offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Boise State.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Notre Dame 21, Boise State 0.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Makes the quick grab. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Got his man downfield. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Out of the gun, the give to the back.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Give to the back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
It's third down, and they've got to get it to the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth.
This is why third down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes. They put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for. Some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line. It confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a first down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. This quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The give to the lone running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, oh man, am I upset at my offensive line to give up penetration that fast? Man, we blinked and missed it.
Hey, he barely got the ball and just got destroyed immediately. What a great play. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback will audible. Looking downfield, it's Mendez. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Boise State.
Oh, man, this could have disaster written all over it. Going for it inside their own 40. Release to the back. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
From the gun, they'll try the middle.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Right back to him on the ground. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They call it
touchdown Notre Dame! And the beatdown has ensued.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point. Game 1 going exactly how they scripted.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking for a man, it's Mendez. Oh, the freshman lucky that one didn't get picked off.
It's now 3rd down.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long.
Here we go.
From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. This one's complete.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Takes this handoff and headed to the right. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Notre Dame 28, Boise State 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
Jackrabbit.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Pulled down after a pickup of 3, balls at the 13. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd down, going up top. It's complete. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a 1st down. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And the freshman does a great job using his technique in getting the man on the ground.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal.
Get set.
Tries again to get it in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the stomping has commenced. He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That's how you take advantage of great starting field position, moving it 27 yards and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere. But you forget this guy can still run you over, and you saw it on that play.
He'll go to the draw, and they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Looking to throw, it's Mendez. Fires to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Got room on the return. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Irish. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. ready to send out that offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Throws to the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards pass.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And his fifth interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. At the 20, he's got space. Open runway ahead. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
All right, David, as someone that loves defense and sound defense, how would you evaluate their job fitting that play?
To quote the great philosopher Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Defense is about making the ball go where you want it to go. Like guys doing their job and fitting it to the second-level player correctly. That was a clinic tape on what not to do.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force-feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game. The defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still third and goal. Gives it to the back on the draw. They knock him down, and what a disastrous play for this offense. A loss of 10.
Well, the defense got tremendous penetration. They were able to rally to the football with their backs against the wall on their own goal line and force a huge loss.
Out of the gun, the inside give. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Yeah, great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.